Alright everyone, how you doing? We have just signed Crysencio Summerville from Leeds United for £25 million. I think it's a very good deal and someone who will definitely boost our attacking options going into the 24-25 season. But what has he actually done to get to this point in his career playing for an established Premier League club like West Ham? Well, on today's episode of... we'll look into the story of Crysencio Summerville, the man the Championship had nightmares of. But first, make sure to get these stickers for the 24-25 season from fcstickers.co.uk. Here is a Weekend Defender one, you've got a Union Jack West Ham one, you've got West Ham casuals on their way to smash up some opposition fans on an away day, and of course, these are for every club across the 92, in the National League, the national team of England. Go get yours now at fcstickers.co.uk using code BUBBLES5 at checkout for 5% off. It helps me, it helps you, and let's get into the video. Born in Rotterdam on the 30th of October 2001, Summerville began his footballing career at the age of 7 at youth academy of local club Feyenoord. So from 2008 to 2018, age 7 to age 17, he played in the youth academy of Feyenoord up until 2018, where he got his first senior contract, signing for 3 years until 2021. He also made appearances for the Netherlands under 16 and under 17 teams during 2016 to 2018, making 20 appearances and only scoring 2 goals. And after signing his first professional contract at Feyenoord, he also made some appearances for the under-18 Netherlands teams, being promoted from the under-17s. However, 9 months later, in December of 2018, he went out on loan to FC Dordrecht in the second division of Dutch football, playing 18 matches and scoring 5 goals. And 2018 was proving to be one of the more successful ones for Crysencio Summerville, as he was slowly building his way into first team football, and also on the international stage he played for the under-17s in the Euros, winning the whole thing, scoring against Germany in the group stages and appearing as a substitute in the final against Italy. And after playing in the second tier of Dutch football, he went back to the first tier after his loan spell, back to Feyenoord. But will it be time to get some decent minutes? The short answer is no, but he would be ready for another loan spell, and this time actually in the top flight at ADO Den Haag. He made 21 appearances, scoring 2 goals. Not brilliant numbers, to be honest, going out on loan, but he did make some good appearances, got some good minutes, and it proved to be a big stepping stone in moving to consistent first team and possibly even international football. This loan ended in 2020, but after scoring 6 goals in 5 appearances for the Dutch under-19s, he was doing pretty well internationally and working his way up the ranks, hoping to get in that first team. But back at Feyenoord, things were different. A club he had been at since he was 7 years old in 2008, signing a proper contract 10 years later in 2018, but not playing a single game for the first team. He had had enough. He was offered a contract extension, but he said no, and in 2020, he had left Feyenoord.
But for who, Chris Kamara?
Newly promoted Premier League side Leeds United, Marcelo Bielsa wanted Summerville. Yep, that's right, Marcelo Bielsa approached Feyenoord, taking Summerville on a 3-year deal for an undisclosed fee, and he made his first appearance only 1 day after signing, coming off the bench for Rafinha. But this short cameo against Newcastle was really Summerville's only time in the 20/21 season playing in the first team, as most of the season he actually spent his time in the under-21s. And in the 21-22 season, 1 season later, Leeds United stayed up on the final day after beating Brentford, and Summerville signed a brand new contract up until 2026. This obviously had an effect on him as he started to play more and more, getting his first goal for Leeds at Elland Road in a 3-2 home defeat to Fulham only 2 months after he signed this new contract. And only a week later, Summerville scored in the 89th minute away at Anfield to make it 2-1, meaning Leeds won at Anfield for the first time in over 20 years. To put that into perspective, that was before Summerville was even born. And to make it even more impressive, it was to break Liverpool's 29-game unbeaten streak at home in the Premier League. Summerville had become a Leeds legend. Well, maybe not a legend, but after this, Summerville did score 2 more goals right before the World Cup break against Spurs and against Bournemouth in a 4-3 win and actually a 4-3 loss. But unfortunately for him, after the World Cup, he did not score a single goal and Leeds United were relegated. And even though this meant that Summerville would be playing in the Championship, he saw this as a great opportunity to show off his skills, at a lower division, but work his way back into the Premier League, whether that was through a promotion or through another transfer. He started the season with a goal and an assist in a 2-2 draw at home to Cardiff City, but actually wouldn't score again until 2 months later in October at home in a 1-0 win over QPR. But after a slightly rough start, this is where things really started to click for the Dutch winger, and he was about to tear up the Championship. And after that QPR 1-0 win in which he got the winner, he scored 9 goals and got 5 assists up until the new year, including a late 8-minute brace away at Norwich, which they won the game 3-2 after being 2-0 down. Summerville obviously got man of the match and 2 goals to add to his tally up until the new year. Then going into 2024, he kept being one of the most important players at Leeds United, putting in performance after performance, scoring goal after goal, and really creating a push to possibly get promoted automatically back to the Premier League. But unfortunately for Summerville and Leeds, they went away to QPR and lost 4-0 on the penultimate game of the season, meaning that it was in Ipswich's hands and all they needed was a draw to finish in second place and get promoted to make it back-to-back promotions. And so they did. Ipswich won 2-0 at home to Huddersfield, who ended up getting relegated, and then Leeds lost at home to Southampton anyway, so Leeds will be put straight into the playoffs, and unfortunately for them, the playoffs is a place where anything can happen.
He's missed! Steve Simonson clears the frame of the goal. Patrick Bauer! Here's Hogg! Scratch your eyes! Oh, and it's going to go in! It's going to go in from John McGinn!
And a 0-0 draw against Norwich in the first leg of the playoff semi-final at Carrow Road would bring things back to Elland Road, where Leeds United won 4-0, Somerville getting the last goal of the night to top off a brilliant performance from the side as they put their place in the playoff final. And this is where they met fellow relegation victims Southampton from the 22-23 season, 1 game away from being back at the top. But despite Leeds finishing higher than the Saints in the league table, Summerville and his team couldn't perform and couldn't get anything over the line, meaning that they lost 1-0 to an Adam Armstrong goal, and Leeds United will be staying in the Championship.
Leave the ball again. Leave the ball again.
On a personal level, it was still an unbelievable season for Summerville, getting 21 goals and 10 assists, Leeds United top scorer, Championship player of the season, an unreal season, and one thing was for certain, Leeds may have stayed down, but Summerville, he was going up. And this was secured when he signed for West Ham United for £25 million plus add-ons, joining the Premier League for the last time since the 22-23 season, where he made a couple of features for Leeds, but unfortunately they were relegated. So the 22-year-old is now officially a West Ham United player under new manager Julian Lopetegui, and after such a successful personal campaign in the Championship, just missing out on promotion, but honestly, for him, he just had an unbelievable season. Hopefully, he can replicate that sort of form going into the Premier League, and I'm sure he'll be buzzing to get started. He signed a 5-year contract with an extra option of a 6th year, and if things go well, which I'm sure they will, he will go down as another West Ham United player that we've picked up from the Championship, like Saïd Benrahma, and of course, Jarrod Bowen. Both of those players scoring in a European final to win 2-1. So hopefully, if we ever make one again, Summerville can be added to that list of Championship players who have scored for us in a European final. We've got 2, we're always looking for more. But enough of that. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, be greatly appreciated. And as I say, get these stickers from fcstickers.co.uk. This is a Union Jack one. There's plenty of different designs over at fcstickers.co.uk. Use code BUBBLES5 at checkout, not just for West Ham, but for any club across the 92 in the National League, national team. Go get yours now for the 24-25 season and mark your territory wherever you go. But until then, come on, you irons.